This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome everyone to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Indiana Hoosiers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Badgers will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Indiana's offense will go on the attack first. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football, and one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
Grabbed in the backfield, it's Williams. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Hoosiers getting set on 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his target down the middle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off play action on first down. Fires to the tight end. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. To the air, it's Mendoza. Throws to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
They'll leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on second down. He's got it on the run.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
You talk about ball control offense. This offense just held the ball for the whole first quarter and then some. Strung a drive together, making the great plays when they needed them. That's a great opening statement from this offense.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Touchdown, Indiana! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And I like the decision to go for it. And I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, they're going to power it in. Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Wisconsin Badgers offense will go to work for the first time today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And the Badgers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's Edwards. Snagged in the middle, it's Anthony. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
The Badgers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Mason. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. Grabbed behind the line, it's Brooks. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
To the wideout. Picks up 4. 2nd down.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Fires to the tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he'll line this one up from 53 yards out and try to bang it through. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
1st and 10.
Content to run out the clock, the quarterback takes a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, don't tell me it's a basketball town when we've had a first half like that there in Bloomington. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to pass, it's Edwards. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
The Badgers will punt it away on 4th down. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give to the back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Back to pass, it's Mendoza. Still from the pocket, fires over the middle. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Touchdown, Hoosiers! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they find pay dirt from way out, covering 69 yards on the touchdown pass. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Leaves it with the back. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
And the Badgers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll go right back to the run. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Wants to return it. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might prefer a fair catch. Scanning the field, it's Mendoza. Pucks it out of the air. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the tight end. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Hoosiers with the 1st and 10. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook, the old kneel down from victory formation. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. They'll give it to the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee.
A win is a win is a win. Victory formation, this offense ends the game. They didn't do much throughout the game. If I'm them, I'm probably taking that game ball and going and giving it to my defense. But they got the victory, get to take the knee, watch the clock run out.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the books.